The process for working on the music this time around was much more challenging than last time, simply because there was no sort of compromise whatsoever. The last time we worked on a record, we worked on the EP in August of 2018, and we spent about a total of maybe 4 to 5 days in the studio working on songs, and a lot of that time was also getting to know Jonathan, getting to know each other and learn how we work, whereas this time around it was much more direct. We knew exactly what we wanted to accomplish, and as we worked on the songs, we started to discover things that we didn't even know existed about the way that we created music, which I thought was really interesting. I would say that musically, the songs are much larger in terms of dynamics and in terms of atmosphere. There's a lot of really interesting nuances and a lot of interesting pieces of production that are floating around in the songs. I think structurally we improved a lot in certain areas. We experimented a lot with certain songs. We didn't necessarily want to stray too far away from what we had originally created. We felt like we had achieved a sound that we were comfortable with and that we were passionate about, but we knew that we didn't want to write the same record twice. As any musician would tell you, you grow and you change as an artist and as a person, and so that's impossible to do as a creative. The goal was to find equilibrium between writing something that challenged our original intuition, but still remaining true to who we were and what kind of sound we wanted to create. Lyrically, it was a very liberating record to write. We pushed ourselves to be more honest on these songs compared to the last record. We wanted to write things that felt truthful to our situations that were happening in the current moment. We worked on the record for a little over a year, and a lot can happen over that amount of time. We both experienced a ton of different things in our lives that would bleed into the songs that we wrote and that we made, and I am really, really grateful for that, because I feel like that life adds a new dynamic that I've never been able to capture in a song before. This album is multifaceted in so many ways. There's so many different dynamics and influences across this record. We took risks that were so far out of what we had imagined being appropriate for the songs, and they ended up working, and we tried things that did work and we tried things that didn't work. The first song that we had finished completely for the record was Sleep, and I remember sitting with Jonathan and listening to the song and thinking about how weird and different and dark it was compared to what we had worked on before, and that excited me a lot as a creative and as an artist, because it gave us an opportunity to really dip our toes into something that we have never done before. And those themes and those ideas, it started to bleed into other things that we were doing, like, why can't we try this? Why can't we try and reorganize the structure of this part here? And every single decision that we made was for the benefit of the song, whereas on the last record, I feel like we overlooked a lot of the smaller details and a lot of the smaller pieces that made the songs what they were. Whereas on this record, it was very, very deliberate, very focused on each specific piece of every individual song. There's so much detail and there's so much attention to these pieces, and it just felt so much more natural, yet challenging at the same time. And that's a feeling that I really haven't quite been able to have whenever I was working on music before. So.